So you decided you wanted to launch a crowdfunding campaign and you're doing your research now to figure out what do you need to get in place to be successful. Or you might have launched one a few days ago and you're thinking, I'm not getting the results just yet that I wanted to see on it. And you're wondering, are there some things that I could have done or some things that I could do right now to start getting better numbers coming in? I want to help you figure out these questions. My name is Malla Haridat. I'm a business coach and speaker, and I help entrepreneurs, particularly underestimated entrepreneurs, find ways to maximize their income and do it in a way that feels authentic, that feels like who they are. They're bringing businesses they're proud of into the world, and they're really, really crushing their sales in the process. And one of the areas that I focus on in my work a lot is on the sales plan. Because the sales plan is one of those things that when you go to a lot of entrepreneurship events and programs and things, nobody really talks about sales, to be honest, and yet it's the lifeblood of your business. Now, you might be thinking, well, if I'm asking people for money, I'm doing a crowdfunding campaign, why do I need a sales plan? Well, I want you to listen in for these three reasons because these could make the huge difference in you reaching your funding goals or getting those numbers to go through the roof so that you're able to even double your initial ask. I worked with a coaching client recently and helped her get her numbers literally almost to double by using some of the tools and techniques that I'm about to give you today. So grab a notebook, grab a pen so that you can listen in and get these ideas. So here's the first question that I want you to think about. What are your numbers in your crowdfunding campaign? And here's the deal, guys. When I say what are your numbers, you are talking to someone that runs as far away as possible from math as she possibly can, okay? So I am not an accounting geek. I am not a finance geek in any way stretch of the imagination. But what I do know is this. Crowdfunding, as much as you need to have an amazing marketing campaign that you've put together behind the scenes, it's also about you going into this and knowing your numbers. So here's what I mean by with the first question. What are your warm leads? Have you sat down and really looked through who is in your network? Who are the people that you've worked with in the past? Who are friends and family? What networking association groups have you been a member of? You want to sit down and actually put together a list. Yes, I said it, a list. How many people are on that list? And what do you guesstimate? This is all a guess now. They might be willing to contribute. And I want you to do a really hard, honest look at this, guys, because it might seem at first like, well, oh, I only have like 10 people, and you probably have way more. Or you might only have 10 people, and then you're asking for $1,000,000 and you realize, ooh, I'm going to need to really rethink this for a minute and really spend some time working on the people that know, like, and trust me and building relationships and building my network. Because here's the deal. In order for a crowdfunding campaign to work, in order for you to get people who would be cold leads, people that don't know you that well, for example, or have never met you before, they're going to want to see that other people besides them have contributed. They're going to want to see, oh, other people have raised their hands. Oh, this person is actually getting some money coming in. Oh, like this is a potential viable opportunity. So then I'll toss my hat into the ring. So you got to do your homework first. And don't play games with this one. Really sit down and be really, really honest with yourself. Be very critical with yourself about who the people are that you can work with, who are the people that you can talk to that you already know. And then that last one that I'm throwing in is how many people are you going to need to talk to? In this day and age right now, guys, it's really, really, really easy to just send something out on social media and think the whole world saw it, and they didn't see it. So if you don't have a system in place right now of how you're communicating with both current customers, prospects, people in your network, now is the time to put that together. And at the very least, be clear about what your numbers are. Who are the group that are going to be your warm leads? What does that represent? What number do you hope of people who have never heard of you before will connect with you? And don't make that number too crazy high, okay? Because just the same way you're not interested in working with strangers, that's the reality about how crowdfunding works. It really works well if you start off with a very strong campaign from your warm leads. And then also, how many people are you going to need to outreach to directly? Don't turn this into a conversation where you just throw it out on social media and hope that people are going to see it, because they probably won't. But if you reach out to them, if you find ways to connect with them individually, they're going to be interested in working with you. Now, If you are in a total panic at this point and thinking, Maya, that is a lot of work. I don't even know where to start, even once I get that list together. Hold on, hold on. I have another tip for you that's going to help you. And this is a big one when it comes to sales plans. A lot of times what people hope within their business is that they're going to make a ton of money in their business, right? Like that is one of the reasons very often why people start a company. Not always, but it is a key one. Here's the deal though. Smart people who are selling do not just throw something out in the ether and hope that people are then going to say, okay, that's something I'm interested in. I want to buy this thing. And I really want to highlight this as a very, very strong encouragement to everyone right now, especially if you haven't launched the crowdfunding campaign. You've got to do pre-sales. You have to talk to people before you're going to need something, before you're going to need the money, to kind of let them know. I'll give you a quick example that's a really easy one to understand. A couple of months ago, I was working with my daughter and her troop on selling Girl Scout cookies, right? Now, really, when it comes to business and you think about the systems that Girl Scouts has set up, hey, listen, whether you like the cookies or not, the business model is pretty awesome. And one of the things that they ask the girls to do is they ask them to send out an email about a week or two before the cookie sales are going to happen and let them know, hey, this is what I'm going to be doing this year. I'm going to be doing it again during these particular dates. Would love to have you back again as a customer. Now, you might be thinking this is busy work. I think it is the most amazing thing ever, because what it does is it helps you start to be able to determine who are the people who are going to say yes, who are going to be interested, right? It helps those that are thinking that they're interested kind of shore up their money, right? Like there's nothing worse than when you're at work and a friend comes over and hands you a card that their kid is selling something for school and you're like, but I don't have money. I would actually give you this, but I don't have money. I didn't know you were going to be coming around with this particular opportunity. So I really strongly encourage you, don't surprise people. Start pre-selling the benefits of why people would want to contribute to your crowdfunding campaign even a couple of weeks before you actually launch, so that when you launch, people are prepared. You have a sense already about the people who might want to contribute and what they'd be willing to be able to contribute. And here's the key. When you start pre-selling, make sure that you focus on the benefits for the customer. We're all clear about what the benefits are for you. You're going to get money to do X. That's great. But how does this help the other person who's contributing? And I know there's a whole host of crowdfunding platforms that are out there. Some of them allow you to give prizes and rewards or the actual product. Some of them, it's just to help you get loan money. And so it's, towards the better good of why a person would actually do it. Either way, sell the benefits to the other person. Make sure they're aware and they're clear why they would want to be able to contribute to you, because it's really, really easy to get hit with 5 of these types of requests for people at the same time. And I want you to stand out. All right. So don't miss this one. This one is a big one. And then the final step that I want you to think about is to also pre-plan the marketing. And by the way, you can do this even if you started your campaign 10 days ago and now you only have 20 more days left. You can literally still do this step. So don't worry if you already got your campaign started. And what do I mean by pre-plan the marketing? So here's the deal. It's really easy when the campaign is going on to do that initial email, that initial launch on social media, and then nothing else. Crickets. We don't hear from you. We don't hear updates to hear how many people have contributed. We don't hear updates to hear, are there any new rewards or prizes that are happening? You've got to really think about this as an entire conversation, an entire relationship building opportunity with the people that you're outreaching to. So I encourage you, sit down. Plan out what you want to post on your social media. If you have an email list or you have a text-based list or other ways of communicating with people, hint, hint, now is a good time to put that together if you haven't already. Think about at what stage do you want to send updates, right? Is there a fun video that you can make a story about, or you can share something that's going on behind the scenes for everyone who contributes, or for just the community at large, everybody that's involved? The real deal with crowdfunding that you have to consider is you want to consider it from the other person's point of view. I think a lot of people would be interested in wanting to help you and help your business, but a lot of times they don't know why they should open their wallets. Like, what's the benefit going to be for me? So if you sit down and you think through your marketing, you think through what you're going to send out on social media, you think through what you're going to send out on email. I've seen a crowdfunding campaign where they actually sent a direct mail campaign 20 days before they launched. It was brilliant. because I had a cute little magnet that they sent out in the mail advertising about the campaign. And then from there, when they launched, it was really easy to find the URL and to be able to actually engage with the opportunity. You've got to get a little creative about this and really, really play into why would they care? Why would this matter to them? Because they want to be able to help and support, but you've got to tell the story. You've got to be able to put it in language that makes it interesting for the other person, not just buy, 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 buy. Okay? So I hope that these 3 slides have given you some ideas about 3 hidden secrets, 3 hidden reasons why you need a sales plan before you launch your crowdfunding campaign. And listen, stay tuned to this channel. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'm always coming back with ideas and insights and things that's going to help you sell more in your business. But as you see here with the 3 tips that I gave you, this is not you going out in the middle of a busy, crowded intersection and just asking everybody there to do business with you, because that's too intimidating. That doesn't feel comfortable, and that's honestly not going to get you the results. The results that I want to help you get are ways of thinking more strategically about your business, finding ways to execute more effectively, and also getting more into the mindset of your customer and understanding how they think, what makes them buy, what gives them the insights as to why they want to connect with your company so that it becomes the natural choice when you show them and present them what your product is. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the button below if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, and I'll be back with more videos to help you sell more in your business. Have an amazing one.